I'm Emma and I'm the trainee buyer on women's wear shoes.
I am Emil, I'm a trainee buyer on menswear, on denim and casual trousers. I have been at Next as a trainee buyer for 11 months now, so started last June.
For the buying life cycle, it kind of starts off with inspiration. This inspiration can be from comp shops, so going shopping and seeing things that you like the look of. We then kind of sketch that up and maybe look at it in like a range build, so you kind of see, is this product going to be commercial enough to buy? Is it going to fit the next customer? And then at that point you then give it out to which supplier you think is most suitable. It goes to like selection meetings and you pitch that idea to managers to see if they like it. They might not, they might love it. Then at that point that's when you start costing the item and you start making it more of a kind of reality.
I think the most important aspect of that process is the approvals process. I think early on when you become a trainee, you learn about that and you take a lot of responsibility for it in terms of understanding the sample that we might have had in selection, how we make sure that we maintain that throughout the process of getting it into store. And then also like your wider team, who to pull on if it doesn't look right. Is it a garment tech that needs to be involved? Is it a fabric tech? If stuff is starting to go late, so if we haven't seen a submission or an approval, we haven't approved something by the time we need to, that it could have issues further down. So is that communicating it with your merch team as well, and understanding that if it doesn't get approved now, it might go late to ship, which might mean it's late to store as well.
The task that gets me most excited on my day-to-day is probably when it's range building time, which I think most people say, but it's basically when you have all the product laying out and it's up to you and your team to decide what we can put in with the options that we have, and that is where you get to be most vocal. And as a young person as well, I think it's fun because sometimes you have a different perspective to other people in the room, and yeah, it's just fighting for the products that you really want to keep in the range.
There is challenges, so I wouldn't be telling the truth if I didn't say there was challenges, because there is. I think for me it's balancing the workload, so the workload can be quite high at times and it can feel like you're spinning a lot of plates and trying to make sure obviously none of them fall. So I think in terms of some of the challenges, it's making sure that everything stays at a good kind of level and that you have eyes across a lot of different things, especially at different times of the year. If you have big departments, that admin workload can get incredibly high at times. So I think it's just making sure that all your admin is done, because that's kind of what keeps the department ticking over, that not many people see, but it's kind of those important things, whether it's sending out P&Ps to suppliers or doing approvals. That's kind of the stuff that just kind of keeps everyone ticking along, and I don't think we'd get stuff to stores or online if that wasn't done.
My expectations coming into this job role probably is quite different to the reality of it. I didn't realise how much responsibility a trainee did get, and the expectations are incredibly high for a trainee, but at the same time you get a lot of responsibility, and I think sometimes you're just kind of put into the deep end, which is really fun. When you're thinking about coming into the fashion industry, it can be a bit scary and you're not really sure what the environment is going to be, but yeah, everyone is so willing to help and everyone's so encouraging of you, so I think the environment is overall just really good and really positive.
You might have one day when you're literally just behind your screen ploughing through your emails and doing loads of admin, but the next day you could be shopping in London, or you could be going to a photo shoot, or you could be doing a range build, or you could go into a design presentation. That it's like it feels very temporary, and if you're working towards a promotion and you can kind of start to see that insight for yourself, you know that after a while that admin drops and the fun stuff that you really like to do, like developing the product, becomes a more important, or it just becomes more of your time. More of your time's taken up doing the stuff that every buyer wants to do, which is develop product. Like when you are brand new, ask as many questions, even if they seem a bit ridiculous to you. Like I just ask them as soon as you can. Then I think like Next is a place that is growing so much and is kind of expanding, and there's always so many new things and new opportunities, that if you feel ready and you kind of want to step up and take a new challenge or take something, take more, because they'll let you take it basically.
The most valuable lesson I think I've learned so far is just to be vocal, and also just ask questions and really just put yourself out there. I feel like the worst thing you're going to get told is no, and that's fine, you just move on from it. But yeah, definitely be vocal, be yourself.
If you want to do it, like do it almost.
When I see a product that I really kind of am invested in, then be accepted and be put into the range, it just makes me excited really, just because it's maybe something that I would buy, and I know that I've had a big part of that being on the store shelves.
And then it's also looking at newness. Next always pushes you to want to go for that stuff as well, which is really interesting. No, it's a bit cliche, but like they say, like no 2 days are the same, but I really do think that about us, and there's so many different areas that we influence across the business, and then just the reward inside is seeing that product go on a photo shoot and look great, or see it in stores. It's just a really rewarding feeling at the end.